All righty, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to start our practice today with a gentle reminder that for the month of August, we are exploring a theme, the concept of patience. And of course, whenever we are exploring a particular quality, we are also invited to explore its opposite kin. So while we're exploring the qualities and the conditions of patience, we're also invited to explore the qualities and conditions of impatience. And by learning to explore both sides to this one idea, we tap into a better understanding of wholeness. The way patience lives in me informs the way impatience lives in me. When I understand the conditions and my reactivity surrounding my impatient self, I then have access to cultivating deeper patience. The two work together and they inform us in wisdom. There's a slight addition to this theme of patience, and I wanted to engage one aspect of the Noble Eightfold Path, which is wise concentration. And I wanted to share with you today a practice that I learned with Roshi Joan Halifax called not knowing. And so this is to work with our patience, to explore and get curious about our patience or impatience whenever we encounter the conditions of not knowing. Not knowing what to do, not knowing what to say, not knowing what to expect, not knowing what to think. All of the ways life is uncertain. All of the ways we have to sit back, wait, and engage patience. All the ways life pokes at us and shakes us to wake up to the qualities of impatience. So in the safety of this Sangha, in this sweet space and spiritual practice, we get to play with this idea. We get to bring forward our attention and our concentration and just look at this idea from an observant perspective, a neutral perspective, because nothing is actually happening to us. Life really isn't affording us the condition of not knowing or feeling uncertain. We're simply here, showing up to a Recovery Dharma meeting, listening to my voice, practicing with people who are trying to recover their whole selves. Welcome, everyone. I'd like to set the intention of our practice today with this sentiment of loving kindness. It reads, "May you tend to you. May you tend to you." And in your tending, in your tenderness toward yourself, may I invite you to settle into a posture that feels easy, relaxed, maybe even restful. That way you can feel completely supported in your body so that your concentration can bring a full, delighted attention to this specific practice of not knowing. To get there, we're just going to take a few minutes settling in, opening the heart, slowing things down, and allowing our concentration to ripen. If your mind today is distracted, our beautiful Sangha member Matthew shared with us that his beloved family friend Licorice is dying. And so, as we can all understand, Matthew's presence and full concentration may not be able to completely attend to this practice. There's so much leniency for that. And may we offer ourselves leniency should we have conditions in our lives that bring our attention away. And when we notice that happening, we can bring our attention back very gently, friendly. Take a breath, an inhalation, and remind ourselves with affection, I'm trying to concentrate on the practice of patience and not knowing. Breathing in a quality of patience. Breathing out, letting it go, letting that air go into what, into where, I don't know. Breathing in a quality of patience. Breathing out, not knowing what exactly that even means, and letting it be absolutely okay. Breathing in this friendly presence, patience. Breathing out, freedom, space, openness. Friends, one of the ways patience sister appears in our consciousness and in our experience is in the form of resistance, in the form of feeling a little bit defensive, in the form of a small self-ego insisting that it needs to know, that it needs to puzzle something out, that something is wrong if we don't know. And that urgency and that tightening that happens when we feel like we have to know, we should know, we should hurry up and figure it out. There might be a tightening at the level of the heart. For me, it manifests in my body usually as a slight souring in my stomach and some tightening in my shoulders. So what I do is I sit up really tall and I roll my shoulders back gently so that I open my heart. I straighten my spine and I soften my belly and I breathe into my belly. I don't always know the answer to things. Life has enormous mystery that I do not have access to, that I may never have access to. And by cultivating the quality of patience, I let myself off the hook. I take the pressure away from myself of always having to be on, knowing. And I can simply rest in the spacious curiosity and wonder of not knowing. So for this practice, I'm going to ask some questions, and we are all invited to answer every single question with, I don't know. And what I love about this practice is when I do know the answer to the question and the answer arises, but I have to say in my mind, I don't know. And it creates a little cognitive dissonance because on the one hand, I do know, but on the other hand, I'm telling myself, wait a second, I don't know. And what I've just done is I've created this condition, this playfulness that's like, ooh, look at me all-knowing. Look at me creating some space for maybe not being so certain, for maybe opening up and not knowing. Here's an example. What time is it? I don't know. What day is it? I don't know. What's going to happen an hour from now? I don't know. I'm going to continue to ask questions, and I'll slow it down to give ourselves a little pause, and each of us is invited to quietly say, I don't know. Is this practice going to be of benefit to me? Am I going to sleep well tonight? Am I ever going to find my purpose in this life? What does having a purpose in this life mean? Who wrote that story? And when did I start being governed by it? Would it be helpful to me to know when I'm going to die and how? In what way does that thought frighten me? Am I a good friend, lover, partner, mother, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, grandparent? How many living beings have I crushed today on the earth, underneath my feet, simply being a being who walks upright with mobility, and my weight puts pressure on the earth? If someone was to see positive qualities about me that I do not yet see or accept, could I hear them? Could I let the compliment in? Why do I clip my own wings? Do I believe life is conspiring for my well-being? From this moment forward, can I practice in such a way that I share how well loved I am? Friends, in this practice of cultivating patience in the condition of not knowing, may you feel heart-led and courageous. May you model this bravery for others, particularly when you encounter somebody in resistance and feeling defensive. May you work to create conditions of leniency, curiosity, openness, compassion, love, joy, kindness. In doing so, friends, we liberate ourselves. And in this way, all beings are free. And with that, let's go ahead and end our practice with a dedication of merit. We began our practice today on the cultivation of patience in light of not knowing, of experiencing uncertainty. The intention motivating this practice today was to tend to ourselves. Today we heard from Sangha members about inspiration and insight, tears and discomfort, intensity, doomsday, a little bit of doomsday and fear. All of it steeped in reality and present time awareness, all of it connected to past experiences that are then projected into what might happen into the future. Returning now back to the present moment. This is what's happening. We breathe. May all beings everywhere be at ease. We breathe. May all beings everywhere experience loving kindness, compassion, joy, freedom. May all beings everywhere awaken to the miracle of life, of being here. May all beings everywhere know that to be here is to belong exactly as you are. Thank you for your beautiful practice, friends. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. And until then, namaste.